Today we're going to show you how to do a fill. Today, before we do this, I want to make sure that you understand the materials you're going to need as well as the products so that you make sure you have them available. Today we're going to also cover again the prep process of the nail. There's some things here that are not standard as if you're doing an overlay or adding tips that I want to make sure you understand. So we will cover the products needed for the prepping of the nail as well as for the actual service of the fill. You're going to need your nail cleanse. This is used to help clean up the nail, to remove any bacteria. The dampen dish is used to put the nail cleanse in that you're going to use on this specific client. You don't want any contamination, so you do not want to be dipping into your actual nail cleanse bottle. Lint-free wipes, these are used with the nail cleanse for the initial application of the nail cleanse. The Pusher Plus has a curved edge that's used primarily to push the cuticle back, and then the Dual Pusher has a more squared edge that's used to trim around the edge and to clean up the edges so that you have a great clean surface. You'll also want the nail file and the file saver. We have the 100 and 180 grit nail files that we use. Not a lot of filing is required with our products. You're not going to use a heavy grit file here. You'll need your nail brush to clean up the nail. Dome duster, this has finer bristles, so it's going to allow you to do a better job of not only cleaning the nail in the hand, but also your work area. Sterile cotton applicators. We use these with both the nail cleanse and the protein primer to help avoid contamination. You may need the nippers depending on if you have any extra cuticle growth that needs to be nipped off. The protein primer, this is very important because this is what bonds our gels to the natural nail. You'll need a gel brush. Unlike many products you maybe used, the gel brush is only going to be used to level everything out and to make sure that the product's on the nail. You're actually going to be able to draw the product onto the nail using the bottles. You'll start by using the base gel. This is the gel that always goes on first. And then you'll finish up with the clear builder finish. You want to make sure you have your 6-watt UV lamp. Make sure it's no higher wattage than this or you're going to burn your clients. And that you have your lamp guards in place. We don't want you accidentally curing your products with the UV lights that are coming off of your lamp because you're working in such a small, tight area. For the colors, you'll need a mixing tile to mix them on, as well as a mixing spatula. These are very small tools, but work very well because you're not using a lot of color. Color base 1 or 2, depending on what type of color you're putting on. Color base 1 is a little thinner base than color base 2. Depending on the color you're putting on, it will depend which of these you use. You'll also need your color or glitter powder. The builder finish, we talked about this, your top coat. Electric file. For those of you that haven't used an electric file before, this is a great opportunity to see how well they work and why we believe they are so important to our system. You'll use a toothpick bit with this and then your nail vacuum system to help clean up the area. And the cuticle oil, we have various scents that you can use, and then lotion. Those are the products and materials you'll be needing to do this fill. Now let's get started in talking about how we can prep the nail as well as doing the actual fill service. Today we're going to teach you how to do a fill. You'll start by preparing the nail. We begin with the nail cleanse. You're going to want to take a little bit of nail cleanse, put it on a lint-free wipe, make sure that it's not dripping. You just need to have it damp. A little bit of nail cleanse will go a long ways. You're then going to want to wipe each finger from the cuticle forward to begin sanitizing and dehydrating the nail plate, cuticle, and sidewalls. Once you've done this, you'll need to get your Pusher Plus and your Dual Pusher to push back the cuticles and clean off any extra cuticle growth or trigeum. If necessary, you may also need to use the nippers to trim extra cuticle growth. Once this is done, you'll get your 100 grit nail file in the file saver and lightly blend the product into the natural nail. You want to be sure to crosshatch the new nail growth as well as the old product. Make sure that you do not overfile here. You need only blend the existing product with the new nail growth and take the shine off the existing product and nail. Once you've done that, you can use your nail brush to brush off the nail plates and sides. Once you've finished this process, very important that you look for any white spots on the nail enhancement. These are lifted spots and must be removed. You can carefully file the lifted spots from the nail and blend the nail and product into each other again if needed. Shorten the nail at this point also if desired, and then use your nail brush and dome duster to brush off the hands and clean the nail dust from the area. Now you've done that, it's time to clean the nail again with the nail cleanse. You're going to want to pour a small amount of nail cleanse into the dampen dish, and then take one of your cotton applicators from the sterile pack of 2 that you have and use that to dip the cotton applicator into the nail cleanse and the dampen dish. You do not want to use a brush here, because if you do, you can end up with contamination because you're reusing that brush on other clients. Using the cotton applicator, you want to scrub the cuticle from left to right twice, and then bring the swab around the sides. You want to come across the free edge and scrub the center of the nail, and then back down the other side to the cuticle. The nail cleanse will air dry in about 10 to 30 seconds, depending on the humidity in your area, so don't be concerned if it's a little wet. Never touch the nail surface after it has been cleaned. The oils from your fingers will cause our system to be unable to adhere properly to the nail. Very important. You don't want to go through and do a whole set of nails only to have them lift because you accidentally touched the nail surface. Now you've got it cleaned, it's time to apply the protein primer, which will bond our products. You'll take the second cotton applicator, you never apply protein primer with a brush, and dip it completely into the protein primer. You'll apply 2 heavy coats of protein primer to each natural nail, making sure to only apply it to the natural nail. Once you've done that, you want to wait at least 60 seconds for the product to seek out the keratin and amino acid in the nail plate. This will begin the bonding process before applying any gels. Make sure you dip your swab for each nail. The nail should appear wet and shiny once you have the protein primer on it. Protein primer will not burn or harm your client's skin, and it contains no acids. Any extra protein primer left on the finger can be wiped off with nail cleanse at the end of the nail service. Now we're ready to apply the base gel. It's done the same way. Make sure you follow the right sequence. Left thumb, right 4 fingers, left 4 fingers, and then the right thumb. This is going to allow the gels to cure on one hand while you're working on the client's other hand. We apply the base gel by putting a small line of base gel down the center of the nail using your nail brush. You'll then smooth the base gel onto the entire nail and the existing product, much like you would when applying nail polish, keeping the product about 1/64 of an inch away from the cuticle. Make sure you use a light touch. A heavy brush stroke will remove too much of the product and create problems. The base gel should appear smooth like glass without any bubbles in the gel. If your base gel has a grainy appearance, apply a little more base gel and smooth it out again. Make sure you wrap the base gel around the free edge of the nail and then keep the gel off the skin and cuticle. If you get the base gel in the cuticle, you must use your dual pusher to make a free margin between the product and the skin. If you do not do this, your gel is going to lift off after the nail is cured. Now you've got the base gel onto the nail, it's time to cure the product by doing flashing. This is 1 second underneath the lamp, 4 seconds on top of the lamp. You're going to repeat this 3 to 5 times until there's no more heat sensation to your client, there's no more warm feeling, and then you'll have them put the product underneath the UV lamp for 30 seconds. The base gel is going to be a little tacky when you pull it out. That's okay. It doesn't have to be hard cured to move forward to the next step. Now you've got to this point, you're ready to add the clear builder finish. With the bottle of the clear builder finish, apply a thin line down the center of the nail. Use your gel brush to brush the flow coat. Remember, this is the thin layer or map for your builder finish to follow, and you want to make sure it covers the entire nail. Then holding the nail at a downward angle, put a line of builder finish down the center of the nail and then apply a small amount on either side of the center line. This way you should have 3 or 4 thin lines of builder finish on the nail plate. You'll turn the finger upside down so you can see where the builder settles, and then using the corner of your gel brush, pull the gel from the high spots into the low spots to equalize the gel. This is called a gravity pull. You then guide the gel into a nice even almond shape, making sure you have an even arch from the cuticle to the end of the nail and from side to side. This is called the C curve. You'll turn the fingernail right side up and allow the product to self-level. If you have issues there, you don't have the right curve, repeat this process if necessary. When it's time to cure the builder finish, you're going to do that through flashing 1 second underneath the lamp and then 4 seconds on top of the lamp, repeating 3 to 5 times. Once the client no longer feels a warming sensation, you're going to put them under the UV lamp, push the lamp down into its lowest position, and you'll cure for 4 minutes. You'll take the file or the electric file with the toothpick bit and vacuum system and clean away any gel that may have run underneath the nail. You'll dust off your client's hands. Once that's done, you'll get a lint-free wipe with a small amount of nail cleanse and wipe off any extra protein primer that may be left on the skin around your client's nail. Then you put on the cuticle oil and the lotion, and the fill is complete. If you have additional questions, please go to our training manual. Give us a call or go to our website. We're here to help. We want to make sure that you have a great experience with our products so that you and your clients both will have a great experience.